We'd like to welcome for the first time to Art on the Air Spotlight from the Lubeznik Center for the Arts, the new curator, and she's not quite so new, been there about a year and a half, Whitney Bradshaw. And she's going to be meeting with us several times this year and updating us on things that are happening at Lubeznik. Whitney, welcome to Art on the Air Spotlight.
Thank you so much, Larry and Esther. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's so nice to finally see you in person-ish.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope we get to see more of each other.
Well, we will be. And just very briefly, because we want to give you time to talk about the events coming up, just a little bit of your background, because we're going to have you back for an interview, a feature interview, to talk about that in depth. But just real quickly, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have been involved in the arts in many different ways for many years now. I've been an educator for about 26 years, both at the high school and college level. I am a practicing artist, and I've been exhibiting my social practice work across the country really heavily for maybe the last 7 years. I had taken a long break while raising my daughter. And prior to getting involved in the arts, I actually was a social worker, kind of a varied background. And I'm really excited to be curating here at Lubeznik. I was a curator for 13 years at the LaSalle Bank Photography Collection, which was later the Bank of America Collection. And I took 10 years off of curating while I was running the Visual Arts Conservatory at the Chicago High School for the Arts. So I'm very excited to be back curating and being able to work with contemporary art that is, interdisciplinary.
Are you also a photographer?
I am a photographer, yeah. So my social practice work is really heavily based in photography and portraiture.
So we really want to know about what's happening at the Lubeznik Center for the Arts. What's coming up in this new exhibit and maybe a little bit in the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited about the next exhibit, the Spring Show, which will open to the public February 28th and will run through June 16th. The exhibition's called Ordinary Wonders, and it's works by Jessica Labatt and Cecil McDonald Jr. Both of these artists are Chicago-based, and they both use the photographic medium in very different ways. But they do it to illuminate the extraordinary brilliance in the everyday. So each one of them really deals with banal subject matter, like, family, domesticity, friends, but they elevate their subjects. But Cecil's work is all portraiture based.
It's fantastic.
It's so great.
Oh, it's so good.
You know it. Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Cinematic, gorgeous portraits that appear to be candid, but are completely staged and beautifully lit like a movie scene. So his work will be, it's a two-person show, so they each get like half of the center. So Cecil will take over the whole upstairs with his photographs from his project called In the Company of Black. And Jessica Labatt is going to do a really large installation in the downstairs Heinemann Gallery. She works with photographs and very staged work having to do with parenting, family, domestic life, motherhood. And her work, rather than being portraiture, is still life, stunningly beautiful, large format, still life photographs that often incorporate flowers from her own garden alongside toys and other detritus from family life. And she will be incorporating her own wallpaper into the space, along with photographs that are both framed and probably unframed, kind of hanging off the wall. And then objects, sculptures that have been made by her children that'll be placed throughout the space, along with some other fiber work that she's made and sculpture that she's made.
Her work almost didn't seem like photographs to me. It looked like oil paintings. At first I thought, oh, these look like oil paintings to me. So it's like so interesting how those two medium, it's sometimes hard to tell. Like with some oil paintings, you think that they're photographs. They're just
they're so
meticulously
like,
done. Yeah, hyper realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cecil and Jessica both elevate their photography to the level of more like history paintings. They're really stunning. I think that together, they're both kind of quiet, radical gestures of expansion and liberation. in their work in different ways. That's why I wanted to bring them together, because they're both using photography in very different, exciting, and beautiful ways, elevating the material and the subject matter, but also really expanding our ideas of what we can be as artists and how women and people of color, particularly Black middle class people, are represented.
Real quick, in our
So,
last few moments here, tell us about the dates of the show, exhibits, and any special days like Family Day and gallery talks.
okay, yeah, great. So the exhibition Ordinary Wonders runs from February 28th through June 16th of 2025. And we will have our opening reception on Friday, April 4th from 5 until 8 p.m. On Saturday, April 12th at 11:30. There'll be a curator tour that I'll be giving, and I'm hoping to also have Cecil and Jessica present for that. We
Oh,
haven't discussed
excellent.
it yet, so but I'm hoping it'll happen. And then we have a family day coming up.
May 24th.
That's Whitney Bradshaw, curator at the Lubeznik Center, talking about Ordinary Wonders, and it's coming up through February 28th through June 15th. Thank you so much for coming on Art of the Air Spotlight.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
And a Spotlight Extra. Call for entries for the Art Barn School of Arts 2025 Juried Art Exhibit running April 4th through June 5th. Emerging and established artists over the age 18 are encouraged to submit their work. Learn more at their website at artbarnschool.org. Again, that's artbarnschool.org. Art on the Air Spotlight and the complete one-hour program on Lakeshore Public Media is brought to you by McCauley Real Estate in Valparaiso, Olga Patrician, Senior Broker.